So as a National Parks and Wildlife Service ranger, we're always looking for opportunities to be able to work with Aboriginal community members and bring them out on country and be able to spend some time on country and connect with the landscapes that we work in. And this project was about finding a tangible way to make that happen, to have days where we could go out and target looking for sites and just experience the waterways that we have in this area.
This project, which is basically an Aboriginal partnership with the national parks, arose out of what I think was the relationship building that took place with Tegan and Dharug women earlier, which culminated in the Browns Waterhole cultural burn. So through that journey of building relationships, it was very easy and comfortable to actually then undertake this project, but to expand on the relationships that had been built with broader Dharug community.
Just on these pile of rocks here, in yellow.
I'm really excited that we've had this opportunity with Parks and Wildlife to go out into country and to map our country our way, to find sites that they didn't even realise were present, and to experience country from the water, which is something that our women are yearning for. We need to be back on the water. We get to see so much more and experience country.
Very special, very important, very sacred.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
It's been a wonderful experience and an opportunity for somebody that would not have normally seen so many sites from the water. I think that's been a great opportunity for us as Dharug mob to actually see our sites from a different perspective. And I usually make a medicine out of it, but I haven't been home for a little while, so I'm gathering a little bit from this plant, a little bit from that plant, just so I'm not sort of taking too much and paying my thanks to the plant.
It's a beak to the left.
Where do you want it sprayed?
Over the top of the eyes there, on the top of the head. See, there's a beak coming down. See the pit's going directly across. See how it goes over and around the neck and then out to the beak. Can you see that, Joe? Yeah, like
the project was about targeting a couple of specific waterways. One was the Durumbura Dhurabang, otherwise known as the Lane Cove River, and the other area we wanted to go up to Dyarrubbin, the Hawkesbury, and spent time on Berowra Creek for that part of the project. And we would go out each day, sometimes by vehicles and walking into areas, and then other times by boat, which could give us access to different areas that you wouldn't normally get to see. We're just heading down
River Road,
the river past River Avenue, and I'm keeping an eye on getting to this little point here. So that's a site that we're going to try and check out today.
One of the really important things was bringing Dharug traditional custodians back onto Wallamata, and to actually, enable returning to places of importance, and we can learn together. National parks are the land managers. Dharug community haven't had access the same way as before, and so this is actually restoring the relationalities between traditional custodians and the sites and places of significance that our ancestors have left with us in the ground that haven't been destroyed.
One stop or one place we visited at Lane Cove, which just blew me away, like the big women's area. Filled me with joy that we were able to see it.
Out of all the sites that we've seen and visited.
I nearly fell over when I went over there and
Yeah.
just looked straight that way.
Hey.
That's what I said, you got to come. And then we returned to clean it up and, really had time with that site. So I would not have known that site was there without this project. Seeing our sites from a different perspective, and even just the opportunities to sit and talk with other Dharug has been, refreshing, and there is so much passion within our mob.
I know, it's sad though. That's what makes me sad.
It does make.
To look after country, to bring back our cultural ways like our burning and our yarning, and looking at our plants and learning from country in that particular way. I think it's just been like, again, that opportunity to grow with other Dharug on Dharug, like it's significantly important sites on Dharug country.
What I did notice is that country needs a lot of attention. Cool burns need to come back. Our food bowls need to be encouraged again. Our wildlife and plants need to be encouraged, and our sites need to be energised. There were very special trees we came across that we need to understand more of, and the sites that we did see, there's many that come to mind, but the one that, the big cave, and there was the mittens that have been compressed.
This project has been stunning. We've had moments where we've met sites that have made us gasp. And so anything for the future we would obviously, or I would like to be similar or the same, to be really connecting to country more, and expanding the relationships with national parks, who are the current land managers, and building on the relationships with the land, the waters, and who knows, one day even maybe with the stars.
It's just wonderful to build, and we will be able to sustain those relationships.
And we've got to help create that bridge so respect for our culture comes back.
In today's world, we need to build these partnerships so we all go forward together. We can't, we as myself as a Dharug person can't just go out on country and know where I'm going. And having the access to all of this information that they've got, national parks have got access to, is just, that's the beauty, I guess, of us coming together as one mob, learning from each other, with each other, on country.
How do we set up a camp at, say, that Twin Beach?
Take a swag.
How do we organise it? Or do we just
hire
do it?
reps.
This project with national parks is actually enabling us to meet new sites that we could possibly utilise in the cultural education program with our own boat, the Kurrabung, going forward. So that's a bigger, broader aim. But nevertheless, the more we know, the more we can share, and for the benefit of Aboriginal women and children.
For me, it's been such a privilege to be involved in this project, just being able to spend time with women, Aboriginal women, out in the parks that I've looked after for a really long time, and just having that different perspective, just kind of forcing me to look at places in a slightly different way, and just, a huge privilege to be able to be part of that and be welcomed by the women on trips out, and just having open and honest conversations as we went around looking at sites. It's been really special.
That's the beauty, I guess, of us coming together as one mob, learning from each other, with each other, on country.